everybody. If anybody's here joining, I know there are a few of you who joined in a little early, and I'm so excited about that. We are doing the live stream tonight, all about one of my favorite holidays, which is 4th of July. And I just am so excited. So I'm going to set up my computer, because as you know, the point of the live stream is to be able to talk to you guys live. So I'm all excited to be able to do that, and I'll be able to see your comments as they come in to let me know that you are here. Definitely give me a thumbs up, and that'll let me know you're here, and it gets me even more excited than I already am. As you know, I like to begin exactly at 7, so we do have a few minutes, and I'm going to give it till 2 more minutes for that to happen. But in the meantime, thank you so much for coming, and I'm so excited. Any thumbs up will let me know you're here, and any comments, oh, I gotta think I have a thumbs up, and any comments are always welcome. Definitely, if a question arises during the live stream, throw it right in, because I don't know if you're like me, but if I hold something for a minute too long, it totally leaves the building. So feel free, you're not interrupting me at all, and I'm going to be keep checking in periodically to check to see if anybody has a question or a comment. So the beauty of the live stream is I can address it live. How awesome is that? For those of you from Mass General who might be watching right now and have turned in early, because I know that a few of you do tune in a little early, and thank you so much for letting me know, because you somebody told me they get a little bit of a kick out of watching, knowing that we really haven't officially started, but they love watching me do the setup, and I love that. That actually made me smile and gave me a chuckle, and I hope you're here doing it now. If you are, and you can give me a thumbs up, definitely let me know. I know some of you are watching on mobile devices, and it's harder to make a comment. It's much easier to do so, I appreciate, on a laptop or a desktop computer. So I totally get that. But for those of you who have my Wednesday class at Mass General, on Wednesday, this year, 4th of July, lands on a Wednesday, falls on a Wednesday, so you won't be getting class. So this will sort of be an adjunct to this class so that you won't be missing out. So thank you for joining me. We've got 1 more minute, and I have so many treats for you today. I can't even wait to show you. I'm bursting. So 1 more minute. Oh, here we go. It is officially 7. 4th of July. One of my favorites, because it's the kickoff to one of my favorite seasons, which is summer. Any reason to have a gathering, I am in. And certainly to celebrate the kickoff of summer for me, which is the 4th of July, I am all aboard. I hope you are too. It doesn't mean, however, that you have to sabotage your goals. So think of a few things that you're going to want to keep in mind before your next 4th of July celebration, which is hard to believe isn't just around the corner. And it lands this year on a Wednesday. So I'm not sure if you'll be celebrating on 4th of July, a Wednesday, or if your celebration includes either the weekend before or the weekend after. So I'm doing this now so that you'll be able to be ready when that day comes or when your celebration should arrive. First of all, keep in mind your goals. Always remember your goals, and think before you have something. And the question you're going to ask yourself is not if you like a food in front of you, but how are you going to feel later down the road? Once you go to this celebration or this gathering, that's a crisis mode, because you're going to be confounded by all kinds of triggers. Now you want to ask, how am I going to feel later, after the party, the next day? And am I going to be glad I made a choice, or am I going to wish I made another one? If you see a food in front of you, remember, this is a lifestyle. This isn't a diet. So if you've taken that breath and that pause, and armed with nutrition knowledge and a heightened sense of awareness, you see a food in front of you and you know gosh darn well it's not consistent with your goals, but you've decided you still want it anyway, you know how you'll feel in an hour or two, or maybe the next day, then make sure you go ahead and have it, and also make sure that you enjoy it. There's nothing worse than to eat something all the while yelling at yourself internally saying, you fool, what's the matter with you? You say you want to get here and yet you're eating this. People who eat something that they don't think they should, for example, on a Wednesday, and you don't start dieting till Monday, so you're going to be off and running till Monday, you're going to do much more harm than if you had just had it, you enjoyed it, as long as it's the exception rather than the rule, it's a finite period of time, you're going to be fine. I tell everybody, talk to yourself at least as nice as your GPS. You make a wrong turn, the GPS doesn't say, idiot, I said left. A GPS says what? Absolutely, recalculating. You just get right back on track the next day and you're going to be fine. For those of you who are new to my channel, let me welcome you. My name is Debbie Kravitsky. I've been a registered dietitian for over 30 years. Currently, I'm the Director of Nutrition at the Mass General Hospital Cardiovascular Disease Prevention Center. I also have a private practice, and I've consulted with many corporations, and I've been featured in national publications such as Harper's Bazaar and Family Circle magazine. I've also appeared on television, and I have a master's degree in clinical nutrition. I love to present accurate, evidence-based nutrition information to you, and so that you can reach your dietary goals. Together, in this channel, we will shop, we will cook, and I'll navigate the way. If this interests you, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, if this is something that you like, let me know you're here, and let me know that you are enjoying the segment by hitting that thumbs up button, because that will let me know that you're here and that I'm on the right track for you. If there are things that you'd like me to cover in upcoming segments, please let me know by indicating that in the comments button below. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for joining. So today, let's get started. When you have a party, I have been entertaining for a long time, and one of the things I have learned, and I am continuing to learn, is that people just aren't eating as much as they used to. Are you finding that as well? Because if you are, let me know. It's actually a good sign, but it means that when it comes to appetizers at your party, if you're having a dinner party, you really need to make them very little and maybe hardly at all. Because if people fill up on the apps, then they're not going to have time for dinner or room for dinner. And I've had this happen to me over and over and over again. And just when I think I've cut my appetizers back, it happens again. Let me know if this has been your experience as well. So I've started to cut back, but this time for 4th of July, I think I really have got it nailed. I'm going to have chips. These chips are in red, white, and blue. How fun is that? So these are the blue corn tortilla chips. They're called corn dippers. They're by Late July, the company that makes Cape Cod potato chips. These are sweet chili tortilla chips. And then these are the sea salt by Rice Works. And I have red, white, and blue. How fun is that? I have salsa also in red, but it didn't have to be. I don't think your food has to match the color of the party, but it can. And there it is. So just salsa and chips. Welcome. I have nuts. Nuts are very healthy. They're healthy fats, and they're wrapped in that great package of fiber. Fiber is your friend. So in a fun star dish, I have my nuts. I've separated them out into rows so people can choose which ones they like, or they can have a little bit of all of them. People who eat nuts every day, as a side note, actually have lower mortality rates. So nuts are your friend. Fiber is your friend. And so you may enjoy these without guilt. These are fats, however, so these are calorie dense. For those of you who are watching your weight, definitely watch portion size. But go ahead and fill up on salsa. It's just vegetables, it's unlimited, and you can have as much as you'd like. After hors d'oeuvres are ready, then we're ready to go on to a first course. And for that, I've made you a caprese salad. Let me turn this around so you can see how fun this is. I made this in the shape of a flag. So this is just halved cherry tomatoes, and these are actually low-fat mozzarella balls. For my heart patients, they're a drop higher in saturated fat than I would have allowed, but since you're being good all the time, this actually won't derail you. You can go ahead and have it. For the blue flag, for the blue squares here, these are blue potatoes. They're small potatoes. You buy them in a bag. They come along with red and white potatoes so that you can serve this as a side dish if you're going to use them all. My kids have already eaten up the rest of the bag, just so you know. And the way I made these is I just roasted these in the oven. For more information on how to cook potatoes and how to perhaps have a potato bar at your next party, look at my Party on the Deck segment. It will tell you all about that in great detail. But this is forming the blue square. I took the Fage 0% Greek yogurt And in a piping bag, I piped stars so that now I have a fun caprese salad. I have also made, I'm going to dress this salad with you. I took some balsamic vinegar. It's about 3 parts balsamic vinegar to 1 part olive oil. And for anyone who knows me, they know I love garlic. So I chopped up a couple of cloves of garlic, and you can see the garlic is present here. And just taste it. Use your taste to guide you as to whether you need more olive oil or more balsamic vinegar. And now you have a dressing, and you can just dress this gorgeous platter, and then guests can help themselves to a caprese salad. How yummy is this? The flagpole is made of basil leaves. People can tear off a basil leaf and take that with them. And first course, easy and done. I also suggest for your party that you, or before you go to somebody's house or any gathering that you might have, that you pre-plan, that you're going to need a roadmap. And remember what we're looking for. We're checking a couple of items. We want to make sure that we check fats, that we're eating the right type of fat for its effect on cholesterol. For more information on that, check out my segment on fats. We also want to make sure that it's low in sodium, because sodium will raise our blood pressure. And check out my my segment on label reading. It'll tell you all about sodium. Also, we want to make sure that it's the right type of carbohydrate, that our carbohydrates are going to be high in fiber and whole grain. I've also done a video segment detailing the impact of carbohydrates and how you can be selective in which carbohydrates you should include. Look at that segment for information on carbohydrates. In terms of vegetables and fruits, I really consider them almost unlimited, particularly non-starchy vegetables. So all these tomatoes, go ahead. The salsa, unlimited, go ahead. So you haven't derailed at all. I also suggest that when you go to your party, a great idea is to wear tight-fitting clothes. It's going to remind you of your goals, so that if you wear something big, you may not remember why it is that you're doing this, and it'll be easy to dismiss your goals. This way, you'll have while health is powerfully motivating, I think vanity is much more tangible. Wear something tight-fitting, tucked in. It will remind you of your goals. Have you ever done that at a party? Let me know. If you've worn an outfit that you just finally got into and you're so excited, but you're sitting there at the party like this, holding your tummy in, that's actually a good sign, because it's keeping you on track. As long as you don't go home, take the outfit off, and then have a party by yourself. But keep on track, and you'll be fine. For dinner, the forecast for tonight, and I'm in Boston, so Boston's weather can be kind of fickle. You just never know. Either it's going to be a gorgeous day, or it's going to be thunderstorms, and you just never know. It can turn on a dime. The forecast for tonight's live stream was thunderstorms. Luckily, it hasn't yet. Oh, yeah, it is. It's raining out. How do you like that? The day was sunny and sparkling, but knowing that the forecast might rain, I have made you something delicious that's a treat, but that I didn't have to worry about the weather. Come on over. I'm going to show you what I've done. The first dish I have for you are mussels. Now these mussels, I have soaked them in water, to which I've added a 1/4 of a cup or 1/3 of a cup of flour. Just take a big handful of flour and dump it in the water, and that water and flour mixture will help to clean your mussels and help them rid of any sand or debris. I'm going to take these mussels, and we're just going to drain them. I wanted to do this live with you so you can see exactly how we do it. I'll give you a link to the exact recipe at the end. But you're just going to rinse these. And make sure that they just really stay nice and clean. Now mussels are alive, so mussels should be closed. Any that have opened, toss them. Just not worth it. It means they're gone. So here we go. We're going to take the mussels, and we're going to come over, and I have, in a pan, I have sauteed, and I will give you a link for the exact recipe. I have sauteed some shallots. I have sauteed some garlic, some tomatoes. Doesn't sound delicious already? This is going to flavor my mussels. And I did put a little, if you don't want, just skip it, omit it. I've also added a little thyme, fresh thyme leaves to this as well. But here's one, I can see it standing out right away. It's actually empty. But you can see if it was open like this and I closed it and it stayed open, forget it, toss it. This is not gonna hold, this is gone. I can see there are a few of them in here. See this? It's not closing, it's gone. I don't even have to cook it. Why should it take room in my pot? It's not coming. So there were a few of these that I'm gonna save me some time. I can just do it right away. And these, this one's going too. This one's going too. And the rest looks pretty good when they go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover this. I'm gonna wash my hands. And I'm going to cover this, and they are going to cook for about 10 minutes until the shells open. And any that don't, they're gone. Look how gorgeous that looks. Can you see inside the pan? Yum. That is going to be a feast. And mussels to me signify summer. Mussels to me signify a time when I can enjoy fresh fish, fresh seafood. That all means summer to me. How about you? And some mussels are a treat. I don't do them all the time, even though you could. You can see how easy they are, that they really will take 10 minutes and you've got a delicious dinner. I'm going to also grill some bread or toast some bread, I probably would, to serve alongside these mussels, and my guests are going to be delighted. For me, frankly, the mussels would have been enough of a dinner. But for my husband, I know he's going to be looking for more. So instead of looking for more, I'm going to give him more, but in the way of healthy and also delicious. So I have cooked up some whole wheat pasta. See it here? And I'm going to drain these. I'm going to save a little bit of the pasta water in my pan in case I need it to thicken the sauce. And I'm going to add this. I have sauteed some cherry tomatoes with some garlic, you see that, and some basil and some thyme. And all I have to do is cook this. And when this heats up and everything's all together, I'm going to have the most delicious dinner that my guests will think that I've slaved. Don't tell them that we have slaved for hours. And really, look how gorgeous this is. We eat with our eyes. And you really want to, yum. Doesn't that look so fresh and delicious? Can you see the garlic in here? Do you see that? And the basil, the thyme. Yum. This is really, and there's basil in here, see? Delicious. So we're going to let that cook together. That will be done in also just a few minutes. And then we will be able to enjoy our feast. So we have salad. We'll have pasta. Actually, I'm going to switch to tongs. I think it'll be easier. Yum. How good is this? Wish you were here. I also wish we had a smell computer where you could smell these aromas of the garlic and the tomatoes and the basil. Yum. This will be ready in about 2 minutes. As we're sitting here, let me take a look and see. I'm just looking for any comments. I don't want to miss you whatsoever. I'm also going to look on my iPad because sometimes I've got better luck there. But any questions or comments, make sure that you feel free to let me know you're here. And if you have any questions or comments, I don't know if you've been if you've had any issue with entertaining or not, or if you have found that you've gone to somebody's house and then you overate and you couldn't believe what was there. So here's my guide for you. If you go to somebody's house and you're not sure what they're serving, fill your plate or half your plate at least, fill them with vegetables. Nobody got derailed from too much broccoli. So fill them with the veggies. Veggies, veggies, veggies. Make sure you have some protein because the protein will keep you feeling full. And then the rest is up to you. If there's a high fiber starch or whole grain starch, even better, that's how you want to go. So let's go take a look at our pasta and let me show you what I'm going to put on the pasta. This is Baby Bell cheese. I get the light. It comes in a red wax. You just take it off. And then here's my box grater. With my box grater, you can see it will shred and it's going to behave. It melts beautifully. To see how this melts, look at my video segment on how to make grilled cheese 3 ways. And look at that. This is Baby Bell cheese. You will never know the difference, and yet you don't have to sabotage your goals. You don't even have to tell your guests, and it's yummy. Just totally delicious. So let's take a look at our pasta. I think it's probably all melded together and cooked. It looks like something yummy to me. I'm actually going to add a little bit of this pasta water to make a little sauce. And then I'm going to add our cheese. Isn't this yummy? Yum. Yum, yum, yum. And look how quick. So you want to have a dish if you're preparing. I don't know about any of you, but what I have found is that no matter what I have going on in any other room, all my guests come to the kitchen. It just seems to be the gathering place. And so if I'm going to be cooking a dish for them for that night, I need it to be easy and I need it to be quick. I don't want them to have to be standing around and getting hungry. So this dish is done. The heat of the heat will melt the cheese and coat the pasta. You can see that Baby Bell melts absolutely gorgeous, and it is delicious. So this dinner is a feast, and this is a treat, and this is done. And now I'm just going to give a little peek to my mussels. I'm not sure if it's been 8 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm not sure how long I've been, but I'm going to take a peek just to take a look and see how they come. Oh, they're done. How awesome is that? See how gorgeous? All those that are open, they're dinner. Yummy. So I'm going to take a big ladle and I would poke these out into a spoon. I would take a big ladle and I would put this out into a big bowl, and I would serve this along with some crusted toasted bread. And if it is a nice night for you, you might even want to consider grilling your bread or toasting your bread. I would do either a whole wheat baguette or even some sourdough bread, and you could put it on the side and put it on your big bowl. It would be delicious. Let me show you. I'm going to plate this so that you can see, and then we'll show you how it works. Okay, I'm going to start with my salad. Oh, this looks amazing. I'm going to actually put the dressing on my plate. There goes the flag. I'm going to actually take a little more tomatoes than I am the mozzarella, but the mozzarella is fine. These look too cute to not be able to eat. Oh, look at, I see somebody here and I'm so excited. Hi, Jim, how are you? Great flag. Tomatoes and mozzarella never look so good. You are the best, Jim, for commenting. I'm so glad. Does this look like something that you think you could do? Let me know. And here's what we're going to do. We're just going to take our balsamic vinaigrette. Now, you don't need to, but I think that would be delicious. And now we're going to go over and we're going to fill the rest of our plate. Here's my pasta. Yum. Do you see that cheese, how beautifully it melted? Delicious. Oh, This is a party on a platter for sure. The tomatoes, amazing. They have cooked just to the point of wilted. They are not broken up. I'm not popping these fellas. They're just, I might get a spoon. They're just, it's just to the point where they're wilting. But you can see that they have cheese, and nobody really is going to even know. If you do want to use Parmesan cheese at your party, you certainly can. But I did the Baby Bell, and I'm good to go. For my mussels. For that, I'm going to take a ladle. Yum. And I'm going to take these, and I'm going to try to get that delicious broth. And I might have put them in a separate bowl, to be honest with you, but for here, just to show you, yum. This would be delicious, and I would serve them with some bread. Yum, yum, yum. And everybody is going to be so excited that they're having a feast, a treat, something that they don't ordinarily get. Now, if I was doing this and it was my friend Peter at the party, he doesn't like his salad on the same plate. So get some fun plates. I'm doing some paper plates for the party because it's a 4th of July. It's a Wednesday night. I'm doing my celebration and I have to go to work the next day. So just to make it easy, I'll have these in the decor of the holiday, the theme of the holiday, and then I'm just going to toss them. Typically, to be honest, I don't do paper plates, but for tonight, where it's a weeknight party, I'm in. Anytime that you can make it easier on yourself, you want to. Let me know, is this something that you think you could do? I've been looking forward to hearing from you. There are many other parties, many other menu ideas that you could have. If you'd like me to show you, I'll show you how to throw a pizza party and have your guests make their own toppings and then you'll just cook it away. Fun party, easy. That'd be great for 4th of July. You could do a shish kebab party as well with all kinds of meats and vegetables. There are many options for you. Sometimes the weather, if you know you're guaranteed good weather, you can do it out on the deck. Upcoming segment for me was I did dinner in less than 15 minutes. So look forward to that. That's coming your way probably this week or towards the end of this week. So look for that. That's coming. And if there's any other ideas you have, let me know. Share them with me. Or if there's anything you'd like to see me to make on Audition with a Dietitian, I'm happy to do it. Now let's move on to dessert. Dessert should be a wow because desserts are where people are going to remember. I'm going to just shut this flame because I can hear things boiling away. Desserts are the last remembrance of your night. You want it wow, you want it delicious, you want it sweet, but you don't need it to sabotage your goals. So one way is to make these fruit skewers. How fun are they? I have a star cookie cutter, and I just took a slice of watermelon. I bought actually a whole watermelon so I could have a nice big round slice. My suggestion is to make these slices thin. If it's too thick, it's not going to go through and you won't get a pretty star. I also suggest that you use maybe skewers. If you're going to use paper straws like I did, sometimes they bend. They're made out of paper. So keep them cold. It'll stay stiffer longer. But just be mindful that there might be a few as you're going through your night that might bend over that you might have to replace. But that's no problem because maybe you also have a big fruit platter as well. For my fruit platter, I'm putting them in paper cups. Look how cute these are. These are in the theme of the holiday. So I have filled them with different fruit. Sometimes people are very particular about vegetables and they're very particular about fruit. Sometimes, some people, if one fruit touches another, the other being the fruit they don't like, forget it, the whole thing's a wash. So it'd be fun. People can take and pick as they want. It's fun to have interactive things at the party so that people can talk and gather. It's a great place for conversation. Let me show you a fun way to do a strawberry. Actually, aerosol whipped cream fits the bill. It's very heart healthy. Who would have thunk it? So take a strawberry. Wanted you to see how I do this. And all you have to do is you're going to hull it. So we're going to go around right where the green is, go right around, and out comes that stem. See it there? That's a little tough. So we're going to take that, I'm going to throw it down the disposal. We're going to take the bottom, and we're going to do a nice thin, so that now our strawberry stands up. How great is this? I happen to have found sprinkles that are red, white, and blue. Sprinkles, as you may not realize, are really, while you might think sugar, they're actually very low. A teaspoon of sprinkles, which we're not going to even be using, is about a half a teaspoon of sugar, not even, and so we're not even getting that. I call this negligible for sugar. It's just a decoration. You can make your own whipped cream, but with all the rest of the dinner, and it's a Wednesday night after all, look how pretty this is. Just sprinkle some on, and you're good to go. Of course, look how delicious this is, and how cute, and how festive. It shows that you went the extra mile, that your guests are important to you. So you want them to feel special, and you want to give them a special night. Doesn't this say Happy 4th of July to you? And doesn't it say that you are thinking about them and that you want them to have just the best time ever? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up button to let me know that. You absolutely could then put a blueberry or skip the sprinkles altogether and just put a blueberry. Many ways. You put your own touch on it. This is just one way. And I'm going to put this to fill out my tray, which, by the way, is an American flag, which also is in keeping with the theme. I also love to wow my guests, as I said, because this is dessert, and this is what they're going to remember last. So one last thing I have is an ice cream cake. Now you might cover this with blueberries, with strawberries. You can do a flag out of berries. Here is mine. I was a huge fan of the Halo ice cream, but now I have switched over. As they have new products, it makes life so good because it shows you where there's a demand and a need. Manufacturers will heed the call. So this is my ice cream cake, and it's made from a new ice cream, Enlighten. Enlighten ice cream is, to me, beyond. There are flavors in this that you might not think you can have. Peanut butter chocolate chip. I mean, really? How does that not taste? Look, total indulgence. You would never think that you're eating healthy. See, eating healthy can also be eating well and having foods taste good. Things can taste good and be good for you. It's not an oxymoron. They have chocolate chip cookie dough, many, many flavors. So I've layered them here. I did put a little whole wheat. I did put a little hot fudge in between the layers. Doesn't whipped cream have high fat and sugar? You know something, you would think it, but now we have, so thank you, Richard. It's a great, great question, and many people would think that. But you can buy the aerosol whipped cream in the light, and it's actually low in both sugar and fat, and it tastes the same, tastes delicious, which is just great, and it makes it fun, particularly when you're having a fun dessert. Let me show you two more things. But thanks, Richard. That was a great question. I'm sure everybody is thinking the same thing as they're seeing the whipped cream on both my cake as well as my strawberries. Let me show you two more things. You can see, I don't know, I'm going to show you my Enlightened so I can show you the packaging. Let me just get that out for you. This is so good. This is the Enlightened chocolate chip cookie dough, and this is the peanut butter chocolate chip. This is 100 calories per serving. This is also 100 calories per serving. Each serving is a half a cup. You can see the new labeling law, which is showing you that if you eat the entire pint, you're eating 400 calories. So measure this if you're having this. And if I'm going to have that cake, I'm going to make sure I have a sliver, maybe not a wedge. Or if I'm having a wedge, I'm just going to make sure I enjoy it and go ahead because it is the 4th of July. Enlighten also has individual bars that are pre-portioned and 100 calories each. I also then took, I want to show you, this, by the way, is the Faye Zero. This is what I put to top my potatoes. I use this to make a dip. Look at the party on the deck, and you'll see how you do that. Dan and Layton Fit, Greek 80. 80 because it's 80 calories. Greek yogurt I like because it has more protein. The vanilla flavor, it comes in many, many flavors. They're all good. Strawberry is one of my favorites. My husband likes the peach, but you can choose whichever one you like. 80 calories for the entire container. I think the vanilla, to me, tastes like cannoli cream. You know the inside of a cannoli? So it's a great way to get it. And I use this because wait till you see that you never think it can, but this yogurt can freeze. So I took that same star cutter and I put it on the plate and I filled it with the Dan and Layton Fit Greek 80 and I dressed it with some, I adorned it with some blueberries. How fun is that? Let me know if you think that's fun by giving me a thumbs up, because I have one more treat to show you. This is the coffee cup that I have my coffee in every morning on the way to work. But I thought it would be a great container. Many people have popsicle molds, but I wasn't looking, I just wasn't looking to buy any more gadgets. I have plenty. So I thought I could use this as my mold. And I layered it. Where do you see how fun this is? Red, white, and blue. And look at the top of my mold, of my delicious pot. Isn't that great? Let me tell you how I made it. I took a little star, and just like I did for the bigger star, I filled it with the Dan and Layton Fit Greek 80. And I put that in the bottom of the cup. When it was frozen, I just lifted out my mold, and then I put blueberries all around. To keep in fitting with the red, white, and blue theme, this is the Dan and Layton Fit Greek 80 yogurt, and then this is just fresh strawberries. There's nothing in this fruit. It is just fresh fruit. Yummy, delicious, refreshing, and fun. Isn't that great? I put, when I was arranging this, after I put the Dan and Layton Fit Greek 80, I actually, if you don't tell, I was at one of the counters at a supermarket, and they had these wooden spoons for tasting, and I just took a few spoons. But you can buy popsicle sticks. But truth be told, that's all I did. This is a little wooden spoon holding my fella up, and yummy and great, and not anything that your guests may be used to seeing or might expect to see, but they will be so delighted to have. Who wouldn't want their own yummy bar or their own yummy pot? So I hope that you are enjoying these delicious treats, and I thank you for joining me. I also want to thank, in particular, Jim and Richard for their great comments, and thank you to anybody who's hitting the thumbs up button, because I so appreciate you being here with me. I wish you the most wonderful 4th of July, and I hope you have a great summer. Stay with me through the summer, as I will continue to provide you with updated segments, and if there are things, of course, that you want me to cover, let me know. I'm happy to show you updated information as it arises, and I'm going to do, somebody asked me to do a segment on inflammation, so if that interests you, that will be coming, along with, as I said, will be dinner in 15 minutes. How yummy is that? So I'm going to show you how you can take information that I present and incorporate it into your everyday routine in realistic ways that are fun and delicious. By the way, another dessert I might do is, I don't know, have any of you grilled fruit? Because I think it's delicious. Grilling fruit allows the natural sugar in that fruit to caramelize, and it gives it a delicious taste. You certainly could rub half of a peach with a little olive oil and some cinnamon and put it down on the grill, cut side down, just for a few minutes. You don't want this to be mushy. You just want it to get the grill marks to caramelize that sugar in the fruit. And then if you wanted to, you could either, you don't need anything, or you could add some whipped cream, or you could add the the enlightened frozen yogurt. So just another treat. The choices are endless. Good eating, it's delicious and can be healthy at the same time. So thank you for coming. Have a great night. And thank you again for your comments and for joining me. I will see you soon. Take care.